You want to see something that sucks? Here's a video I just spent 45 minutes making at the back of my truck. Hey, look. No audio.
All the information's available.
No audio for Richie from Boston.
Home-centered.
Are you kidding? So I have to do this whole thing over. So here we go. Okay, here we go again. So I spent all day today driving, okay? I'm at a rest stop right now, so it might be a little bit noisy. It is what it is. But on my way here, I've spent all day listening to videos as I'm driving, and all the truth channels are focusing on the CEO killer. There's a guy, the guy they arrested, he's the wrong guy. I don't care. I don't care. It's a distraction. It's a distraction just like P. Diddy, just like Epstein, just like everything is a distraction, okay? They're trying to keep your eyes off of what's important. And what's important is this. These are the doors that are coming down. These are the doors the Vatican is going to open on Christmas Eve. They're going to live stream it for everybody to see. They're going to take out the door. They're going to have Freemasons here that remove all the bricks right next to Lucifer's literal tomb.
Apparently the Vatican is going to live stream from a tomb. It's St. Paul's tomb right next to the tomb of Lucifer for the first time in history while they open this holy door. They call it the holy door. It's bricked off, like it's a brick wall. From what I could find online, it's apparently filled with like a bunch of stuff. I don't know if anyone has access to that stuff when they open the door. Maybe some Catholics can chime in and let me know. Like, do they actually show you what's behind the door? Do they just open the door? Either way, this is pretty much the first time in history that the general public is going to be able to witness them opening this what they call the holy door in a tomb under the Vatican. And I guess this time, I don't know, maybe you can chime in on this too, but like, I guess this time they have the Masons. So it'll be the Pope and the Masons, and the Masons will be like chanting some hymn or something while the Pope, does his thing before they break down the wall and open this door, the holy door. There's a lot of weird things happening this year. I'm just saying this could be something to watch. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want my TikTok taken down. But all the information's available. They are going to live stream it so you can watch it. And it's going to be on Christmas Eve when they're going to open this door. Let me know what you think. Okay, love you. Bye.
So right smack dab in the middle of Saturnalia, on Christmas Eve, the Vatican is going to open this tomb right next to Lucifer's tomb, and the Freemasons are going to be there to help them do it.
Ask yourself, why would the Pope put a live streaming camera inside of the tomb of Lucifer on Christmas Day? Well, that's next on the trumpet. The Masons and the Pope are going to open the holy door. First, the Pope is going to tap on it with a little silver hammer, and then the Masons are going to remove the bricks and mortar that actually seal the holy door shut. He does his knocking, and then the Masons start chanting one of the Psalms. It's never been done before, and they're going to start this new tradition on Christmas Eve. So the World Wide Web will have symbolic access to St. Peter's tomb on Christmas Eve as they open the holy door. And that's going to mark the beginning of the Jubilee year. The Catholic Church got the whole Jubilee idea from Judaism. And in Leviticus 25, it tells you all about the special year that's focused on restoration and forgiveness. The word Jubilee in Hebrew means yovel, which is a ram's horn. And yes, that is a trumpet. In Leviticus right here, it tells you that the sound of the trumpet announced the beginning of the Jubilee year. So you might say, it's the year of the trumpets. And keeping things in order with the book of Revelation, we'll go through the seals, then the trumpets, and then the bowls. Open the door, it's the year of the trumpets. For Christians, Jesus' declaration in the book of Luke to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor was often interpreted as a fulfillment of the Jubilee spirit. Wow, I just can't wait for Christmas to get my webcam view of the creepy crypt that's underneath St. Peter's Basilica. And that's not a wax museum down there. And as of December 5th, the Vatican hasn't even released a Christmas message. When you're the 33rd degree, you wear 33 buttons on your gown. King David ruled Jerusalem for 33 years, and the Masons built him a palace on top of Mount Zion, the mountain of God, where he issued judgment over the people. A webcam in a tomb under the altar of a church of the dragon. That dragon right there. That dragon. It's a flying dragon. This is right over the entrance of the door. Those dudes were all about it. 2024. Year of the dragon. You can see the dragon in the crest. He wears a tiara, and the swarm comes out of his mouth. This throne, made for somebody about 20 foot tall, sits right in front of that tomb's opening. That throne is right there, and you can see how tiny all these people are in comparison to it. That's the altar that you just saw in that video, and then that's where that dragon seal was right there, and then this is the red wall that's underground inside that crypt. The red wall, which is by the shrine of St. Peter's, next to the tomb of Lucifer. That's where the webcam's going to be, right there. This red wall, which is by the... This is all underground, and that's the floor of Constantine. Luke chapter 4, verse 18. The words in red are from Jesus. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord.
Now, you take this live stream on Christmas Eve. The Vatican hasn't put out their Christmas message for some reason this year, but they're doing a live stream from a tomb next to Lucifer's tomb under the Vatican. And at the very same time, Israel, for the first time in 50 years, invaded Syria, took over Mount Hermon, and I've explained Mount Hermon ad nauseum. Mount Hermon is where the 200 fallen angels, the reason we're in this situation right now, came down from heaven. Semyaza made sure they all made an agreement. If we're all in, we're all in, period. They made a pact. The locals call Mount Hermon the mountain of the oath because of that oath, because it was real. But the thing I told you yesterday, I'm going to say it again, is at the foot of Mount Hermon is the literal portal or gateway to hell, where Jesus Christ himself stood and said, the gates of hell will not prevail against my church. And then he went into hell. I don't remember the rest of all that, but this is all coalescing at the same time. These guys are doing this, and the UFOs or drones in Jersey play an enormous part.
There's a growing mystery that's now extended across the country. Swarms of drones, some the size of small cars, have been flying at night over parts of New Jersey and New York. And yesterday, a sighting in California over a high-ranking military meeting.
What's going on in America? Why doesn't our government tell us what's going on in these skies? Is this the military doing active military things? Then let us know.
They're 2 feet bigger than our drones, or 2 times the size rather, so they're about 4 feet, and it looks like it's a fixed-wing type craft. What concerns us mostly is that at this point, nobody's seen any of these units taking off or landing.
This is a significant threat to U.S. national security.
Drones flying at night in formation. One report says when an official air...
So they have the local police and the FBI on this. Let me explain something. Whatever these are, they're ours. One of them crashed 2 days ago. The military showed up in 3 buses with state police escorting them in to gather it up. We are literally living in the very beginning of Leave the World Behind right now. And I say that because we're in the first phase of what Leave the World Behind showed us. This just came to me the other day, last night actually. In Leave the World Behind, the first thing they say to do is make Americans deaf, dumb, and blind. Well, right now, for over 22 days, we've had drones all over the United States that are literally flying over the houses of FBI agents now, allegedly. And they got the FBI and the local police working on it. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all. And after they say leave everybody deaf, dumb, and blind, the only communication they get is, well, the husband's out looking, he runs into a drone. So after being deaf, dumb, and blind, which is the first phase, the second phase is a drone shows up. It's the only information that they get, and it comes from a drone over New York. Isn't that crazy? So there it is. This is the beginning stages of Leave the World Behind. We have drones that are every place, and nobody has an answer about it whatsoever at all. It's ridiculous. And like I told you yesterday, the guy that I showed you in the video yesterday, they simply took out his drone because that's what they do. It's not a hobbyist. That's ridiculous, okay? They have a crash drone. They don't mention that apparently because I haven't heard anybody talking about that, but it happened. And then somebody sent the drone up to investigate, and what happened? It got taken down instantaneously. Sound familiar?
A friend of mine on here that lives in New Jersey last night, which let's keep in mind is December 7th, saw 3 very large drones sitting above his home. And when he decided to use his drone to get a closer look, something really weird happened. as he flew his drone up towards these other 3 drones, he stated that these drones made absolutely no noise. But then he stated that when his drone got closer, that his drone was taken offline, with what he stated seemed to be some kind of EMP. But this is where it gets weird. His drone fell straight from the sky, and as far as I know, he's trying to recover the footage that he had on that drone.
So we have drones everywhere, and Jason A. once again is using footage from last week, saying that a nationwide emergency declared. That's not accurate at all. A limited state of emergency was declared in New Jersey. That's it. Just to calm the people down a little bit. You know what I mean? But this is exactly what they showed us in Leave the World Behind. Leave the people deaf, dumb, and blind, and then the first piece of information they get is from a drone dropping flyers over New York and Jersey. Exact same. I mean, there it is. And with all this happening, I'm not seeing anybody talking about this. This is incredibly important because they're getting all their rituals out of the way. Israel suddenly just invades Syria and takes over Mount Hermon and the gates of hell. That's massive. If you read your Bible, if you claim to be a Christian, you better be listening because this is all written down. It's happening as we talk about it. And like I said, they're getting all their rituals done, including Notre Dame.
Folks, it was quite a night tonight in Paris with this ritual at the Notre Dame Cathedral, done by the Roman Catholic Church after the Notre Dame Cathedral burnt down in the last few years. And then we had this so-called rebirth ritual of the cathedral. Notre Dame meaning Our Lady, of course. So this heavily focused on the Queen of Heaven, Semiramis, the false goddess of Babylon, and all of that type of thing, dressed up in a lot of kind of Christianese. Unfortunately, this was very ritualistic, and it seemed to focus quite heavily on the Roman sun god and a lot of the symbolism about the new golden age and the new dawn of this counterfeit Holy Roman Empire centered propaganda, I would say, ritualistically representing the false sun god. So let's have a look at some of the symbolism of what we saw tonight in this ritual. So this is how this ceremony ritual begins, and the bells ringing out. Honestly, there's some parts of this is just really strange and eerie at times, and I think it's worth drawing attention to this. There's a lot of stuff in this about ushering in what seems to me, at least in my opinion, seems to be about the ushering in of a new era, new age, golden age, a lot of that kind of symbolism. And of course, Rome, the statue in the book of Daniel, which many believe is the Holy Roman Empire, Rome 2.0, the revived Roman Empire. And this is a very Rome-centered ritual. So then you get these bishops and priests and cardinals, special message from Pope Francis at this event that's read out at the event, and he's talking about the cultures and religions coming together as one, like this one world religion message from Pope Francis, which is pretty predictable, I suppose, at this stage. And it's very strange. It's like the front of the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is translated to Our Lady. It's all about the Mother Goddess, the Queen of Heaven, Semiramis. The Our Lady, and it's lit up in gold, as you'll see soon here.
C'est elle qui nous rassemble. C'est elle que nous aimons. C'est elle qui nous accompagne sur notre chemin vers le Père. Source de toute vie.
Sorry about the mess-ups, but I'm trying to save the video I already made. They're doing all their rituals all at the same time. They're completely distracting people on every level with every type of sex offender and Jay-Z and all this stuff. It's all a distraction. Yes, in order to get where they got, they had to sell their souls, but they're also doing ritual magic, ritual sex magic, which Aleister Crowley completely perfected for the most part, where these people strive to have sex with a 5-year-old child and then sacrifice them. This really happens. We've been telling you about it for 15 years, and now it's just the news. It's just news. But it's a distraction right now. Keep your eye on the ball. And I hate to do this. But I got to ask you guys a serious favor. You need to fast from sundown to sundown. Just one day, 24 hours. Just drink nothing but water and fast. and pray and read the Bible for real. If you're an actual Christian and not somebody that just does all this because I'm a Christian, but I still got the COVID shot, or I'm still going to get the Neuralink, or I'm still going to believe the deception, or I'm still going to put up a Christmas tree, I don't know what to tell you. But fast, sundown to sundown, don't eat anything, and then pray the entire time and read your Bible and ask God to guide you, okay? If you have to be taken out and taken off this mortal coil, it's better than the alternative, okay? You need to understand that your Bible is real, your Bible did not lie to you, and your Bible actually explained all this that's happening. And for some reason, nobody's talking about it. But I'll tell you what, all the political people, all the parts that need to be moved around are in place. When they knock down that door next to Lucifer's tomb, I got a funny feeling all hell's going to break loose and people are going to believe that they're aliens. Because like I said, in book 1 of the book of Enoch, it says the powers and principalities traverse heaven and other realms in their revolving, spinning chariots. There it is. Revolving, spinning chariots. Sounds just like what the Hindus told us about having sky gods fighting in the sky, flying around in Vimanas. This is real. This is how they're going to do it. Do not fall for the hype. And if you live in Jersey, my heart goes out to you. Because this is astonishing that the military isn't on this right away. Instantaneously, because someone has invaded our airspace on all the coasts and now is making house calls to FBI agents. Local police and the FBI aren't and never were mandated to investigate unidentified flying objects. You see what I'm saying? And no one's even talking about the fact that one crashed 2 days ago. A regular citizen got it on video. The video channel is gone. And right after the crash, the military showed up in 3 unmarked buses escorted by state police. They know what's up. They know exactly what's up. Maybe it's the Illuminati making sure that everybody does what they have to do for this month. Because remember the Deagle report? 2025 is in 21 days. Pray. Pray. It's all I ask of you. Pray. Fast and pray. It supercharges it, basically. And ask for direction. And believe it or not, your family members aren't going to listen to you. The more you explain this, the crazier you're going to sound. If they're not awake now, they're never going to be awake. Richie from Boston. I'm out.